Cyrus. I did 23andMe recently. I found out my ancestry is a mix of Elmer's glue and Hellman's mayonnaise. I have Neanderthal DNA. I thought that was pretty cool to find out. I think that helps explain my fear of fire and apprehension towards the wheel. A little bit more about me. I have depression. At this point in my life, it's easier to tell people I go through bouts of happiness. I take antidepressants. I don't like to think of myself, though, as someone with depression. I like to think of myself as a medically induced optimist. On the glass half, who cares? I took 40 milligrams of Prozac this morning. I hear voices in my head. I'm getting help, though. Luckily, one of them happens to be a psychiatrist. I'm a narcissist, but I have low self-confidence, so I usually think I'm the dumbest person in the room. I've been drinking a lot of calming tea recently, and I haven't noticed any effects, and it's starting to stress me out. Back when I was seeing my ex, she always referred to me as the one, and I never thought of that as a romantic gesture. I always thought of that more as like a thinly veiled threat. Like, I know she was saying, like, I love you, this is it for me, you're the one. I always heard, I love you, this is it for me, don't screw it up. So we dated for about 5 years. When we broke up, she said, what do you think happened? I said, I think we dated for too long. Like, how long is too long? I said, roughly about 5 years. She wanted to get back at me, though, so she said, just so you know, I never truly loved you. Which is wild to me, because I never thought I'd be one of those guys that dated someone that reminded them of their mother. My ex acts like our relationship never even happened. She wore white on her wedding day. A lot of my friends will joke and say they have FOMO, fear of missing out. I like to think I'm emo. I enjoy missing out. I think whoever invented the jet ski started off by asking, how can I combine motorcycles and drowning? What else? Man, I think plastic in the ocean gets a bad rap. I think if we just saw it as archaeological items that haven't aged yet, we'd solve the problem instantaneously. A lot of environmentalists here, I can tell. You guys probably recycle. This thing's going straight in the trash. I think riding a white bike is extremely efficient and environmentally friendly, because when you are hit and killed while riding it, they can recycle it and put up a memorial immediately. Oh, God. We didn't like that one. A lot of bikers in the audience, I guess. A little too close to home. I know my neighborhood in DC is gentrifying because I live there. He gets it. I can't tell if men in my neighborhood are catcalling women or if they're just big fans of Yo-Yo Ma. On the corner of my street, there's a sign that says Deaf Child Plays Here, and I think those parents must be really proud. Kid smokes Newports. He's pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of my body. I used to say I put up with it, but I usually hate it. I've made some progress, though. I recently started showering without a shirt on. So that's exciting. I'm not friends with my body like some people will say they were, or are. I'm more of like a friendly coworker towards it. Like, we'll see each other in the hallway, make vague plans about getting happy hour, both knowing that'll just never happen. Put in perspective, shirtless, I look like I could be in a Dove soap commercial talking about how I'm proud of my stretch marks. It's It's made dating hard in the past. I'm not hideous, but I'm realistic. I like to think of myself as a used 2009 Honda Accord with 118,000 miles on it. I'm a solid option, but there are better choices out there. You look like you're just loving this. You're just, yeah. This is gonna be my last one. I went to the zoo recently. I'm not a big fan of the zoo. I found the zoo pretty depressing. So when I go to the zoo, I like to play a game where I guess what the animals did to get to the zoo. Because when you think about it, it's really like an animal prison. Exactly. So, like, I'll be like, you know, the red panda was caught red-handed during a robbery. And the elephant was caught with a trunkload of drugs. And citing circumstantial eyewitness testimony, the black bear was found guilty by an all-polar bear jury.
Give it up for the body positive Cyrus Chansler. If you were Rodney Dangerfield, he'd be like,